This video assumes you already know how to craft things using the mana pool and petal apothecary. If you don't know how to do that, check out my past video on the basics of Botania. Functional flowers are flowers that do something other than generate mana. More often than not, they consume mana to do these functions. They are fed mana either by nearby mana pools or by having a mana spreader pointed at them. Some of these flowers have a miniature variant you create using a mana pool and an alchemy catalyst. Miniature versions have a smaller range. I will now go over each flower's function and its range. The Agra Carnation uses mana to make crops in a 5-block radius grow faster. The miniature version only has a 2-block radius. The Thorn uses mana to damage and kill mobs within a 6-block radius. Its miniature version only has a 1-block radius. The Dread Thorn is like the Thorn, except it uses mana to only kill adult versions of animals and will not damage hostile mobs or young animals. It has no miniature version. The Hyacinius will use mana to afflict mobs that are in a 6-block radius with a poison effect. This will drain their health down to 1 hit point, allowing them to be killed with just 1 hit. The Hyacinius has no miniature version. The Clayconia uses a moderate amount of mana to convert sand blocks into pieces of clay. The range for this effect is a horizontal radius of 5 blocks and a vertical radius of 3 blocks. The miniature version has a horizontal radius of 2 blocks and a vertical radius of 1 block. The Daffodil uses a small amount of mana to push items in one direction. The direction it's facing can be configured using the Wand of the Forest. The area of effect of the Daffodil is 5 blocks wide, 7 blocks tall, and 16 blocks long. There is no miniature version. The Exo Flame uses mana to fuel furnaces in a 5-block horizontal radius and a 2-block vertical radius. There is no miniature version. The Fallen Kanade uses mana to give any player within a 2-block radius regeneration. It has no miniature version. The Hopperhawk is a bit special and requires a little going into. Without mana, it will pick up any item dropped within a 6-block radius and put it inside a container that is adjacent to it. Giving the Hopperhawk mana only increases the range to a 10-block radius. By default, if you put an item frame on one of the containers and put something in the item frame, the Hopperhawk will only put that item into that container. You can change it with the Wand of the Forest so it will pick up everything except what is inside the item frame. Finally, you can change it so that it ignores the item frame completely. The miniature version has a range of 1 block while unpowered and 2 blocks while powered. The Jade Amaranthus uses mana to generate mystical flowers in a 4-block radius. It has no miniature version. The Geolea uses mana to keep mobs from getting within 8 blocks of it both horizontally and vertically. It has no miniature version. The Tingleberry functions oppositely to the Geolea and uses mana to prevent mobs from moving 8 blocks away from it, both horizontally and vertically. It also has no miniature version. The Meromorphic Flower uses mana to change stone into one of 8 types of decorative stone. It affects any stone within a horizontal radius of 8 blocks and a vertical radius of 5 blocks. The flower is more likely to change a stone into one particular type based on the biome you're in. The miniature version has a horizontal radius of 2 blocks and a vertical radius of 1 block. The Meadowmoon uses mana to prevent mobs from moving within a 6-block radius of it. It has no miniature version. Polydesiac will use mana to pick up nearby breeding food items. It will give them to mobs within a 6-block radius, and then put them into breeding mode. It has no miniature version. The Renin Corpus does not require mana to function. Without mana, it will pick up drop blocks within a 2-block radius and place them on top of the same block that is beneath the soil it is planted on. The block can be within a 6 block radius both horizontally and vertically while unpowered. The range is extended to 8 blocks horizontal and 6 blocks vertical when powered. The miniature version has a range of 2 blocks while unpowered and 3 horizontal blocks and 2 vertical while powered. The Solignolia uses mana to disable the ring of magnetization within a 5 block radius of it. Its miniature version has a range of 1 block. The Tiger's Eye uses mana to prevent creepers from exploding within a 10 block horizontal radius and a 4 block vertical radius. The Vinculotus uses mana to make any Enderman that teleports within a 64 block radius of the flower to instead teleport to the flower. It has no miniature version. The next 6 flowers require Alfheim trading. The Bubble requires a constant stream of mana. With this, it will temporarily replace water blocks with air blocks in a 12 block radius. Most of the water will return once the bubble is either broken or if it runs out of mana. Its miniature version has a 6 block radius. The High Say Dream will use mana to make hostile mobs within a 5 block horizontal radius fight each other. It has no miniature version. The Lunium uses a very large amount of mana and will drop dungeon loot within a 4 block radius. However, you cannot get Black Lotuses or Overgrowth Seed this way. It has no miniature version. The Orchid uses mana to turn stone within a 5 block horizontal radius and 3 block vertical radius into random ore blocks. It does this at a rate of roughly 1 block every 5 seconds. Rare ores are just as rarely generated by the Orchid, and it will not create Gregtech ores. It has no miniature version. The Orchid Ignum is like the Orchid, but instead of turning stone into ores, it will turn netherrack into nether ores. It has the same range as the Orchid, converts netherrack at the same rate, and also does not have a miniature version. It must be in the nether to function. The Spectanthemum uses mana to teleport items that are dropped within a 2 block radius of it to a bound location within a 12 block radius of it. To bind this location, you must use a Wand of the Forest. It has no miniature version. And that's all the functional flowers in Botania.